Welcome everyone, I am Rosalind Mishra and now we will be dealing with our subject pharmaceutical inorganic chemistry. Pharmaceutical inorganic chemistry. Before we move on further, first let us understand, before getting into this subject, first let us understand the contents which are present in this subject. Alright, we will look into the contents of pharmaceutical inorganic chemistry before entering into the subject. So, in pharmaceutical inorganic chemistry, we will be first dealing with history of pharmacopoeia, sources and types of impurities, principle involved in the limit test for chlorides, sulfates, iron, arsenic, lead and heavy metals, modified limit test for chlorides and sulfates. So, here we were discussing the contents of unit 1, alright, pharmaceutical inorganic chemistry unit 1. In this unit, as I already said, we will be looking into details about pharmacopoeia, alright. Before entering into that, we will learn about history of pharmacopoeia, then we will get into details about impurities, their sources and their types, followed by how do we limit those impurities, what are the analytical tests which are available for determining the limit of these impurities in terms of limit test for chlorides, sulfates, iron, arsenic, lead, heavy metals and certain modified limit tests for chlorides and sulfates. Now, before looking into pharmacopoeia, first we will try to learn what is pharmaceutical inorganic chemistry, right? What is pharmaceutical inorganic chemistry? Well, pharmaceutical inorganic chemistry is a branch of chemistry that deals with chemical, biochemical, pharmacological as well as their preparation aspects. We deal with chemistry of chemical, biochemical, pharmacological, their preparation aspects of inorganic compounds, alright. See, I am stressing upon this term inorganic compounds because in pharmaceutical inorganic chemistry, we will learn about the chemistry of preparations of those pharmaceutical preparations which are inorganic in nature. That is, they do not contain carbon, hydrogen and oxygen as the major component, alright. So, it includes the study of all the elements and their compounds except carbon and its compounds. ठीक है? Carbon and its compounds come under the head of organic chemistry. All the carbon containing compounds come under the head of organic chemistry. All other elements excepting carbon and its derivatives come under the head of inorganic chemistry. So, pharmaceutical inorganic chemistry are those pharmaceutical substances which are comprised of inorganic substances, Now, with this we will move on further towards pharmacopoeia. Now, what is a pharmacopoeia? What is the importance of pharmacopoeia? What are the contents of a pharmacopoeia? How many types of pharmacopoeia are available? We will get into the details of them now. See, history of pharmacopoeia. First, we will look into the origin or the origination of pharmacopoeia. Each country has legislations on pharmaceutical preparations which sets a standard and required quality indices for medicaments, raw materials, their preparation employed and the manufacturing procedures for these drugs. Every country has different set of standards for their pharmaceutical compounds. Every country has different set of regulations for pharmaceutical compounds for determining the quality and manufacturing processes of the pharmaceutical compounds. These regulations are presented in separate indices, in separate articles. These regulations are generally presented in separate articles. The general and specific matter relating to individual drugs, the general and specific matters relating to individual drugs are published in the form of a book called pharmacopoeia, Basically, it is derived from a Greek word pharmakon. It is derived from a Greek word pharmakon, which means drug. Pharmakon means drug and poia means to make, alright. So, every possible detail about a drug, starting from their atomic number, mass number, how do we analyze them, manufacturing procedure, synthesis, storage, etc., etc. All these details are present in one single book called pharmacopoeia, Now, the major pharmacopoeias which we know, that is different pharmacopoeias which are present around the globe, are Indian Pharmacopoeia, British Pharmacopoeia, United States Pharmacopoeia, Pharmacopoeia Internationals, Martindale, also known as Extra Pharmacopoeia, and Pharmaceutical Index. Here I have simply listed down few major pharmacopoeias. Apart from this, there are various other ones which are followed by different countries. Now, moving on further, as I said, Indian Pharmacopoeia, British Pharmacopoeia, United States Pharmacopoeia, Pharmacopoeia International, Martindale, the Extra Pharmacopoeia, and Pharmaceutical Index. Now, as we have already discussed what a pharmacopoeia is, we will again look into this terminology. The first pharmacopoeia was published in the United States in the month of December 1820 in dual language, English and Latin. It was published in dual language, two languages, which is English and Latin. Prior to that, after that, a national formulary was also published by the United States of America. The motive behind publishing of the United States of Pharmacopoeia was to find constituents having medicinal power. The only motive behind the beginning of a pharmacopoeia was to find out those constituents, those chemical constituents which have got medicinal power, to list them down under one single head. After that, the other motive was modifying them into preparations of suitable composition, in order to enhance their power to the maximum usage, alright. So, this was the beginning of a pharmacopoeia. First thing was listing down those chemical substances having pharmacological activity. The second motive was to prepare them into a suitable composition so that their power can be enhanced, Now, talking about Indian Pharmacopoeia. Previously, just when I mentioned about United States Pharmacopoeia, this was the first known pharmacopoeia which was published in the year 1820. What about Indian Pharmacopoeia? When was Indian Pharmacopoeia published? What was the history of Indian Pharmacopoeia? We will look into that now. The Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission is an autonomous institution of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, which sets the standard for all drugs that are manufactured, sold and consumed in India. So, students, Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission is the root for Indian Pharmacopoeia. The set standards are published under the title Indian Pharmacopoeia, which has been modelled over and historically follows the British Pharmacopoeia. The standards for all the medicaments which are used in India are set by the Indian Pharmacopoeial Commission, which comes under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. They set the standards for manufacturing and selling of drugs in India. These standards are published in Indian Pharmacopoeia. moving on further. Now, as I already mentioned, British pharmacopoeia is the origin for Indian pharmacopoeia. We have been traditionally following British pharmacopoeia in terms of preparing our own Indian pharmacopoeia. So, now let us look into details about the history of Indian pharmacopoeia. When did we begin publishing our own pharmacopoeia? What was the history? Now, the Government of India, through its letter number 2338 dated 26th January 1944, directed the Drugs Technical Advisory Board to list those drugs which are used in India, which are not mentioned in British pharmacopoeia. Alright, as we all know, India was under the aegis of Britishers till our independence. That is why British pharmacopoeia was being used in India as the standard book. But in the year 1944, Government of India through Drugs Technical Advisory Board asked to list out those drugs which are not mentioned in the British pharmacopoeia but are being used in India. Alright. Now, the Government of India published the Indian pharmacopoeial list in the year 1946 as a supplement to the British pharmacopoeia. So, this was the origin of our own pharmacopoeia in the form of Indian pharmacopoeial list. This list consisted of those drugs which were not published in British pharmacopoeia but which were being used by us Indians. Alright. So, this was known as British pharmacopoeial list, published in the year 1946. After the publication of the Indian pharmacopoeia list, the Government of India constituted an 11-member Indian pharmacopoeial committee in 1948 for preparing the pharmacopoeia of India. Alright. See, after the publication of the pharmacopoeial list in 1946, the Government of India then considered publishing our own pharmacopoeia, that is via constitution of an 11-member Indian pharmacopoeial committee in the year 1948. The tenure extended by 1 year. In compiling the monographs of the first pharmacopoeia of India, help was taken from all available established scientific data in the modern pharmacopoeia, such as British pharmacopoeia, the United States pharmacopoeia, the international pharmacopoeia products. Alright. So, the first pharmacopoeia of India was being made, or it started being made in the year 1948 by our through the directions of our Government of India. So, now this first Indian pharmacopoeia took a lot of information from British pharmacopoeia and United States pharmacopoeia and other pharmacopoeias, other popular pharmacopoeias as well. After this, the first edition of the Pharmacopoeia of India was compiled and then published in the year 1955. So, the first Indian pharmacopoeia came into picture in the year 1955. Followed by this, various other editions. After this, various other editions came into picture. Like here I have listed down different editions till 2018 of our Indian pharmacopoeia. Different editions of Indian pharmacopoeia I have listed down in this one table. Alright. So, the first edition came out in the year, or it came into picture in the year 1955. It had the supplement or addendum to it was published in the year 1960. The supplement to it was published in the year 1960. Now, as I have already said, here I have tried mentioning all the different editions of Indian pharmacopoeia. The second edition came into picture in the year 1966, that is, the second edition was published in the year 1966. The supplement to it came out in the year 1975. The supplement to it came out in the year 1975, followed by third edition, which was published in the year 1985. It has got two addendums, which is 1989 and addendum 1991. followed by 4th edition which was published in the year 1996. This 4th addendum had this 4th edition has 4 addendums to it. Addendum 2000, Veterinary Supplement 2000, Addendum 2002 and Addendum 2005. After this came the 5th edition which was published in the year 2007. 2007 edition had one addendum which was Addendum 2008. The 6th edition was again published in the year right after 3 years. The 6th edition was published which was in the year 2010. This consisted of one addendum which is Addenda 2012. 7th edition followed your 6th edition which in the year 2014. This has got 2 addendums, Addendum 2015 and Addendum 2016. The 8th edition came out in the year 2018 which had one addendum till now which is Addendum 2019. Now, we will look into details of these editions. First and foremost, Official Pharmacopoeia of India was prepared in the year 1868. It was prepared in the year 1868 which was edited by Edward John Waring. So, 1868 India saw its first pharmacopoeia which was obviously the British Pharmacopoeia, and it was edited in India by Edward John Waring. Before the independence, British Pharmacopoeia was used in India. Before the independence, British Pharmacopoeia was used in India. The colonial addendum of British Pharmacopoeia 1898 was published in 1990, which appeared as Government of India edition 1901. In 1946, Government of India issued one list known as the Indian Pharmacopoeial List. As we have already talked about this Indian Pharmacopoeial List. Now, it was prepared by Department of Health, Government of India, Delhi in the year 1946. In the year 1948, Government of India appointed an Indian Pharmacopoeia Committee for preparing Pharmacopoeia of India. Tenure of this committee was 5 years which was extended by 1 year, as we have already discussed about this. Indian Pharmacopoeia Committee under the chairmanship of Dr. B. N. Ghosh published the first edition of Indian Pharmacopoeia in the year 1955. It was written in English and official titles of the monographs were given in Latin. It covers 986 monographs. It covered 986 monographs. Now, a monograph is the component of the Indian Pharmacopoeia which contains all the relevant details about a drug, right from molecular weight, right from melting point, physical properties, chemical properties, preparation, synthesis, analysis, all these relevant details about a drug is present in the form of a monograph in the Pharmacopoeia. Clear all of you? Now, the supplement to the previous edition was published in 1960. The second edition of IP was published in the year 1966 under Dr. B. Mukherjee. A supplement to this edition was published in 1975. 126 new monographs have been included and 250 monographs have been amended. As we have said, 126 new monographs have been included and 250 new monographs have been amended. The third edition of Indian Pharmacopoeia was published in the year 1985 with 2 volumes and 9 appendices. The third edition consists of 261 new monographs. 450 monographs were deleted. Addendum 1 to IP was published in the year 1989, to which 46 new monographs were added. Addendum 2 was published in the year 1991, to which 62 new monographs were added. The fourth edition to IP was published in the year 1996 under the chairmanship of Dr. Nityanand. It has been made effective from 1st December 1996. It covered 1149 monographs and 123 appendices. You must be seeing number of monographs we have been increasing marginal a lot, quite a lot. It includes 249 new monographs, 110 monographs have been deleted. Addendum 1 has been made effective from 31st December 2000 there were 42 new monographs which were added. When we are talking about the 4th edition, addendum 1 to the 4th edition was published in the year 2000, to which 42 new monographs were added. The same edition had the second addendum in the year 2003. This consisted of 19 new monographs. The veterinary supplement to IP 1996 was included. Now, this is how our Indian Pharmacopoeia 1996 looks. This is how our Indian Pharmacopoeia 1996 looks. A blue page hardbound cover. The 5th edition of IP was published in the year 2007. The 5th edition took quite a lot of time to the 4th edition. It was published in the year 2007 and the addendum to this was published in 2008. IP 2007 or Indian Pharmacopoeia 2007 was available in 3 volumes. Volume 1 contained general notices and general chapters. Volume 2 and 3 contains monograph on drug substances, dosage forms and pharmaceutical aids. So, these are the contents of the 3 volumes of Indian Pharmacopoeia 2007. Now, Indian Pharmacopoeia 2010. Just right after 3 years, the next edition was published, which was Indian Pharmacopoeia 2010. The next edition or the 6th edition of IP was published in the year 2010. This edition of the Indian Pharmacopoeia was published by the IPC or the Indian Pharmacopoeial Commission Ghaziabad in accordance with a plan and completed through the untiring effort of its members, secretariat and laboratory over a period of about 2 years. This edition was operative from 1st September 2010. The Indian Pharmacopoeia 2010 is again obtainable in 3 volumes. Volume 1 contains notices, prefaces, the structure of the IPC, acknowledgements, introductions and the general chapters. Volume 2 contains general notice, general monographs on the dosage forms, monographs on drug substances, dosage forms and pharmaceutical aids, comprising from alphabet A to M. Volume 3 contains monographs on drug substance and dosage form comprising alphabet N to Z. This edition also contained monographs on vaccines, immunosera, herbs for human use, herbal products, blood and blood related products, biotechnology products and veterinary products as well. So, this is how our Indian Pharmacopoeia 2010 looks like. This is how our Indian Pharmacopoeia 2010 looks like. So, as we have just seen, we have gone through right from 1955 till 2010. Since 1955 till 2010, we have seen a number of editions of Indian Pharmacopoeia. If you see, the organization of the Indian Pharmacopoeia has been improving right since 1955. When we are talking about Indian Pharmacopoeia 2010, which is the 6th edition, here we have seen a very important inclusion in the form of vaccines and immunosera, for human use, herbal products, blood and blood related products, biotechnology products and veterinary products. These are all novelly introduced into the Indian Pharmacopoeia 2010, which were not available in the previous editions. So, this is the novelty of this Indian Pharmacopoeia. As I already said, this is available in 3 volumes, volume 1, volume 2 and volume 3. And this is how our Indian Pharmacopoeia 2010 looks like. So, here we can see, as I have already mentioned, the table about the different supplements and different editions of Indian Pharmacopoeia. Next, we will learn about the 7th edition, which is edition 2014, followed by the 8th edition, which is edition 2018. We will look into the composition of the Indian Pharmacopoeia 7th edition, how many number of volumes are present, what are the contents of those volumes, what is the novelty, how is it different from the previous Indian pharmacopoeias. All of that we will be viewing in our 7th edition. After that we will move on to our 8th edition, which is 2018 Indian Pharmacopoeia, which was released in the year 2018. Every possible detail, every composition of this Indian Pharmacopoeia we will be discussing. So, let us just have a glance about the various supplements of Indian Pharmacopoeia, starting from first edition 1955, second edition 1966 under Dr. B. Mukherjee, followed by the third edition 1985, to which 261 new monographs were added. These details are very important in terms of information. Again 450 monographs were deleted in the third edition. Next we have learnt about the fourth edition, which was under Dr. Nityanand. Further we moved on towards our fifth edition, then we moved on towards our sixth edition, which is Indian Pharmacopoeia 2010. So, with this we finish up our today's topic. Thank you.